Did you know that 50% of your listening score is decided before you even reach the listening section? Yes, you heard that right. Half of your listening marks are locked in while you're still doing speaking tasks. And most students, even those who have taken PT 2 or 3 times, have no idea this is happening. If you want to know exactly where your marks come from and exactly which task you should spend most of your study time on, stay with me because this video will change how you prepare for PT completely. Welcome everyone, my name is Rajan Thapa. In this video, we are going to break down the entire PT scoring system, module by module, task by task.
Here is what we will cover today. First, we look at the speaking module and which tasks carry the most weight, then writing, reading and listening. After that, I will review the big 5 cross scorers, the 5 task types that affect 2 modules at the same time. And finally, I give you a simple 3-tier study plan so you know exactly what to focus on first. Everything I share today comes directly from the official PT scoring data. No guessing, no shortcuts, pure strategy. Let's get into it. First, let me explain you PT scoring. The test has about 80 effective raw points across speaking, writing, reading and listening. Your final scorecard shows a number between 10 and 90. That's a scaled score, not your raw total. And here is something most students don't know. Even if you didn't answer a single question, you would still get 10 points. Now, let's talk about speaking module. The speaking module is worth 80 points in total. There are 6 task types and the marks are not evenly distributed. So listen carefully because this matters a lot. Number 1, describe image. This is the biggest task in the entire speaking module. It carries 25 marks. This is roughly 1/3 of your speaking points from just 5 to 6 questions. Here is what that means for you. If you are not consistently scoring well on describe image, you are giving away enormous points before you even get to the second task. Make this your number 1 speaking priority. Number 2, summarize group discussion, also called SGD. This carries 15 marks in speaking, but here is the exciting part. SGD is also a cross scorer. It feeds into your listening score at the same time, adding another 16 marks there. So every single SGD question you answer well is doing double duty for you. We'll come back to this when we talk about cross scorers. Number 3, repeat sentence or RS. This one is worth 13 marks in speaking, and again, it is a cross scorer that also contributes 14 marks to your listening module. It sounds simple. You hear a sentence, you repeat it exactly, but it is deceptively powerful. With 10 to 12 questions per exam, this task can move your score dramatically if you do it well. Number 4, retail lecture. Worth 11 marks in speaking. You listen to an academic lecture and then summarize it in your own words within 40 seconds. This one also crosses into listening, contributing 10 more marks there. 3 speaking tasks, SGD, RS, and RL, together give you 40 marks in the listening module alone. That is the 50% I was talking about in the opening. Number 5, respond to a situation. Worth 10 points. You hear a scenario and respond naturally, like a real conversation. It is speaking only, no cross module effect, but 10 marks is still meaningful. Number 6, read aloud. Worth just 6 marks. It is the smallest speaking task and it stays in speaking only. Prepare for it, but do not spend too much time here compared to the bigger tasks. The key insight for speaking is this. Describe image, SGD and repeat sentence alone account for 66% of all speaking marks. Master those 3 first, everything else comes after. Now let's move to the writing module, also 80 marks total, and this one has a very interesting structure. There are only 4 task types, 4, but the way they work together will completely change how you study. Task 1, write essay, worth 25 marks, just 1 question in the whole exam. This is the largest pure writing task and it stays in writing only. Essay structure, coherence, and vocabulary range matter most here. Task 2, summarize written text or SWT, worth 22 marks in the writing module. Now, Here is the part that makes SWT the most important single task in the entire PT exam, not just in writing. SWT is a cross scorer. Those same questions also give you 18 marks in the reading module. When you add that up, 22 in writing, 18 in reading, SWT controls 51% of the combined total of those two modules. 51% from just two questions. Why should you care? Because every hour you spend practicing SWT is improving two band scores at the same time. No other task in PT does that. Task 3, Write from Dictation, or WFD, worth 18 marks in writing, and yes, this is also a cross scorer. It contributes 10 more marks in listening. WFD works like this. You hear a sentence and you type it exactly. It is a listening accuracy task that converts directly into writing marks. If you are a strong listener, WFD is 3 points. If you struggle with listening, this is where you must improve, because WFD also bridges writing and listening together. Task 4, Summarize Spoken Text, or SST, worth 15 marks in writing and another 8 marks in the listening module. You listen to an audio and write a summary in your own words. One question per exam, but those marks add up across 2 sections. Here is the big picture for writing. 41% of your writing marks come from listening-based tasks, WFD and SSC together. That is 33 out of 80 marks. The honest truth is that if your listening is weak, it is hurting your writing score too. Fix your listening and your writing band goes up. That is the connection most students never make. Reading, also 80 marks. 8 task types, and this module is fascinating because it has some unexpected contributors from other sections. The 2 biggest tasks in reading are the fill in the blanks types. First, reading and writing, the drop-down version, worth 20 marks. Then fill in the blanks, drag and drop, worth 16 marks. Together, these 2 tasks give you 36 marks. That is 45%, nearly half of your entire reading score. These are your reading backbone. Strong vocabulary and reading in context skills win this module. Now, we already talked about SWT in writing, but SWT also contributes 18 marks to reading. And again, those 18 marks come from just 2 questions. Think about that. 2 SWT questions affect your writing score and your reading score. If you are running short on time and wondering where to focus, SWT is always the answer. Next, highlight incorrect words, or HIW, worth 10 marks in reading. But HIW is also a cross scorer. It adds 7 marks in listening at the same time. You listen to an audio while reading along, and you click every word where the audio differs from the text. It sounds simple, but it requires both sharp reading and sharp listening together. Reorder paragraphs is worth 8 marks in reading only. You drag and drop sentences into the right order. Moderate difficulty, moderate marks. Now, multiple choice, multiple answers carry negative marking. Specifically, multiple choice, multiple answers carries 4 marks total. If you select a wrong answer, points are deducted from your score. Do not guess on these. Answer only when you are confident. One wrong click can cost you more than you gain. Multiple choice single answer in reading is just 2 marks. Very small. Deprioritize it unless you have extra study time. The core misses for reading: fill in the blanks task first, then SWT practice, then HIW. Those 3 areas cover the vast majority of reading marks. Let's talk about listening, and here is where we come back to that surprising fact from the opening. The listening module is 80 marks, and 40 of those 80 marks, exactly half, come from tasks that originate in the speaking section. Let me break that down. SGT in listening is worth 16 marks. RS in listening is worth 14 marks. RL in listening is worth 10 marks. Add those up. 16 plus 14 plus 10, that is 40 marks. All from speaking tasks, all decided while you are in the speaking section of the exam. This is exactly why we say better speaking fluency directly raises your listening band. Now the remaining tasks in listening are worth 40 marks combined, and they come from proper listening section tasks. Right from dictation, 10 marks in listening. You already know this one from writing. Every WFD answer helps you in two places. Written lecture, we mentioned this, 10 marks in listening, coming from the speaking section, worth repeating because the number is significant. Summarize spoken text, 8 marks in listening, also counting in writing, another cross-scorer working silently for you. Highlight incorrect words, 7 marks in listening, you read along while the audio plays and identify discrepancies. Fill in the blanks listening version, 7 marks, listening only, small but consistent if you practice. Answer short question. Interestingly, this question belongs to speaking section, but you get marks only for listening section. 3 marks, low priority compared to the cross scorers, but quick and easy to answer correctly. Multiple choice, multiple answers in listening, just 2 marks, and it has negative marking. Same warning as before, do not guess. Wrong answers take marks away. Multiple choice, single answer listening, also 2 marks, low weight, and select missing word, just 1 mark. These are the lowest priority tasks in the exam. The listening module summary. Focus on the cross scorers first. Fix your speaking, and 50% of listening is already handled. Then practice WFD and HIW for the remaining high value marks. The big 5 cross scorers. This is the section I want you to pay the most attention to. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. There are 5 task types in PT that score in 2 modules simultaneously. These are called the big 5 cross scorers. Every hour you practice one of these tasks, you are improving 2 band scores at the same time. These are the highest written tasks in the entire exam. Let me go through them one by one. Cross scorer number 1, summarize written text, SWT. Combined influence 51%. That means SWT controls 51% of the combined total of the reading and writing modules. It scores 22 marks in writing and 18 marks in reading. The single most powerful task in PT, full stop. Cross scorer number 2, summarize group discussion, SGD. Combined influence 39%. It scores 15 marks in speaking and 16 marks in listening. Practice summarizing spoken discussions under timed conditions. This one task covers nearly 40% of those 2 modules combined. Cross scorer number 3, write from dictation, WFD, combined influence 36%. It scores 18 marks in writing and 10 marks in listening. This is one of the most efficiently practiced tasks in PTE. Train your ear, improve your typing accuracy, and watch both writing and listening improve together. Cross scorer number 4, repeat sentence RS, combined influence 33%. It scores 13 marks in speaking and 14 marks in listening. Short task, often just 10 to 15 seconds per question, but with 10 to 12 questions per exam. The cumulative effect on 2 modules is massive. Cross scorer number 5, retail lecture RL, combined influence 26%. It scores 11 marks in speaking and 10 marks in listening. And here is something special about RL. In one task, you are training 3 micro skills simultaneously: spontaneous speech, listening, recall, and note-taking. Students who master retail lecture often see the biggest jumps across both their speaking and listening bands. Here is the strategy tip. Begin every study session with at least 1 cross-scorer task. Just 30 minutes on SWT, RS, and WFD gives you more overall score movement than a full hour on any single module task. This is the highest written study approach available to you. Now let me give you a clear practical study plan based on all 22 PT question types, organized in 3 tiers. Tier 1, most important, urban task types. These are the tasks that move the needle most, and you should spend about 60% of your total preparation time here. The 11 types are repeat sentence, describe image, summarize group discussion, retail lecture, summarize written text, write essay, summarize spoken text, highlight incorrect words, write from dictation, and both fill in the blanks types, the drop down version and the drag and drop version. Notice that 5 of these 11 are the big 5 cross scorers. This is where your marks come from. Front load all your study time here first. Tier 2 important 4 task types. Once tier 1 is solid, move here with about 30% of your remaining preparation time. These 4 are: read aloud, respond to a situation, view order paragraphs, and fill in the blanks listening version. These carry medium weight, important but not as transformative as tier 1. Tier 3, list important 7 task types. Use only the remaining 10% of your study capacity here. These are: answer short question, multiple choice single answer reading, multiple choice multiple answers reading, multiple choice multiple answers listening, highlight correct summary, multiple choice single answer listening, and select missing word. The marks are very small, some as low as 1 or 2 per task type, and the multiple answer MCQ types carry negative marking. For those, practice elimination rather than guessing. Never blindly select options in the MCM task. Only answer when you are genuinely confident. Let me leave you with the single most important rule in PT preparation. Every hour spent on a cross scorer improves 2 band scores at the same time: SWT, SGD, WFD, RS, RL. These 5 tasks are your highest return investment. If you are short on time before your exam, focus exclusively on the big 5. Nothing else gives you more per hour. To summarize, speaking, master describe image, SGD, and repeat sentence first. Writing, SWT is king, then WFD and essay structure. Reading, dominate both fill in the blanks types and do not neglect SWT. Listening, fix your speaking, and 50% of your listening is already done. The game is simple once you see the map. Study smart, not just hard. Now, I want you to hear from you. Drop your target score in the comments below, whether it is 65, 79 or 90. Let me know and I will try to guide you personally. If this video gave you clarity, please subscribe to this channel, hit the bell so you never miss a new lesson. And if you want to go deeper, I have a full PTE course video right here on this channel covering detailed strategies, templates, and mock practice. Go watch that next. For those of you who want live coaching with me personally, I offer 1-week crash course, full month course, solo classes. Contact me directly on my WhatsApp at 9841301187. I will send you the schedule and batch details immediately.
Thank you so much for watching. Go practice those cross scorers. I will see you in the next video. Good luck.